From the beginning, the Pittsburgh Pirates adopted first-year manager Clint Hurdle's all-in mentality and carried it with them throughout the year, resulting in many memorable moments at PNC Park. Today, the Bucs play their final home game of the season, hoping to add another great memory to get us through the long winter ahead. And if you listen closely, you can already hear next April's echoes of Let's Go Bucs. The homestand finale on Root Sports is next. PNC Park has been the place to be in Pittsburgh all summer long, and today, the final home game of 2011. On a Kids Day Sunday, it's also Fan Appreciation Day here at PNC Park. Hi again, everybody. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Never on Federal Street, buzzing with activity, as has been the ballpark this summer, Bob. The fans have come out. It's been the fourth highest attendance total in the 125-year history of PNC Park.
Well, I'll tell you, Tim, this has been a lot of fun out here all year long. 17 sellouts this year. Now, the team caught fire early in the season. First 4 months, they were just ripping around, getting all the way up to first place. And these fans responded in such a great way. And it's not just always down here at PNC Park. No matter where you go, in the city, outside the city, people are wearing pirate shirts, pirate uniforms. It's been so much fun to see the fans come out and show us the support that they have this year.
And it'll be a lot more fun today to see James McDonald at his final start of 2011, getting it done against Dontrell Willis and the Cincinnati Reds. The Pirates having a blast. We're coming to you from Federal Street. We'll be inside the ballpark momentarily as the first pitch of the final game of 2011 at home is on the way on Root Sports. It's been a season with great fan support here at PNC Park, and many youngsters have come out, and many people have rediscovered the Pirates as well. And a great attendance total here this year. Pirates going for the 3-game sweep over the Cincinnati Reds. They've won the first 2 games by identical 4-3 scores, and James McDonald looks for his 10th victory of the season. Here's the lineup that he will be facing, sent out by Reds manager Dusty Baker. Brandon Phillips will lead off. Dave Chappelle starts in left field. Joey Votto and Jay Bruce, a pretty healthy part of the middle of the order. Chris Heisey in center field. Juan Francisco at third. Punxsutawney's Devin Mesoraco behind the plate, making his second start here this series. Paul Janisch, the shortstop, and Dontrell Willis doing the pitching, and batting ninth against J-Mac.
We'll take a look at J-Mac's numbers on the year, as you said, going for that double figures in wins to be a great thing for him to get. And as I've said a couple of times today already, the thing that jumps out about McDonald's year for me is the way he's able to maintain his arm strength, maintain his health every 5 days through the whole season. He has been very consistent. Off to a slow start. Did have a little problem in spring training. Didn't have the full amount of work that everyone else got in March.
The defense, Presley, McCutchen, and Ludwig in the outfield. Harrison and Darno on the left side. Walker and Lee on the right side of the infield. Michael McHenry, the fourth, gets a start, catching McDonald this afternoon. Well, Harrison's night last night, 4 for 5, a double, a triple, and 2 base hits, and was instrumental in setting the table in that big 3-run third inning that catapulted the Pirates to a 4-3 win.
It'd be great for him to double up on the great games. Good way to him for Harrison to end the season here at home. Fun to watch yesterday.
Brandon Phillips, speaking of doubles, had 2 of them yesterday. He had a 3-hit night, scored a run, doubled in the first, doubled in the third, and then singled in the 9th inning.
The first few innings, Cincinnati they're wearing out the foul lines. Phillips started the game off going down the left side, in the left field corner.
McDonald gets behind Phillips, 3 balls and no strikes. McDonald, the 26-year-old from Long Beach, California, making his 31st and final start of 2011. Walks Phillips on 4 pitches. Now, a problem last night, Bob. The Reds had the leadoff man aboard in 7 of 9 innings. Pirates need to cut down on that early inning traffic.
It really makes it so much harder for you when you get that leadoff guy on to try and prevent that run from scoring. Very difficult.
Dave Chappelle, the left fielder today. Shows bunt, but takes a strike.
The old Chinese saying that the more times you walk the mountain trail, the better your chances of meeting a tiger.
Really?
Yeah. Old Chinese proverb.
Anybody in particular credited with that one?
Somebody from China.
That narrows it down.
Keep walking that leadoff guy. He'll bite you.
To center field and fairly deep, going after it, McCutchen. 1 out.
Phillips thought about tagging up on a similar ball in last night's game. Remember that? He went back to tag up. Check out J-Mac.
He was looking out there like, Kutch has it in his back pocket.
Phillips kind of tested McCutchen on a ball like that last night. Started the tag, and McCutchen came up and threw just a BB right there on the second base bag. Phillips had to retreat to first.
Retreats back to first on the throw over there by McDonald. Joey Votto. Votto was named the 4th best player in the game in a recent survey in the Sporting News among baseball executives. Albert Pujols #1, Troy Tulowitzki #2, King Felix Hernandez of the Mariners #3, and Votto #4.
Best player?
Best player. Wow.
Take a look at our strike zone presented by Range Resources. I got right up at the top. That's where James likes to work that fastball. Let her high. Gets a lot of flyouts. Some swing throughs like he got there from Votto.
Curveball in for a strike.
Don't necessarily want to throw the hook up there, but if they take it, that's okay. Get a call on the very, very top of the zone.
1-2 to Votto. Drove in his 100 and 101st runs last night.
McDonald throwing that one 94 miles an hour. That's what I'm talking about earlier. The way James all through the season, even to his last start here, the end of September, still has that arm strength.
We're going to keep our eye on the scoreboard today, thanks to the Meadows Racetrack and Casino. 2-0 Yankees leading Boston. Broken bat. Looper into shallow center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Votto aboard, and now 2 on and 1 out for the Reds.
Fastball, you can see on the strike zone, that ball was right on the hands, on the inside corner. Perfect pitch, but got a bad result. Votto able to bloop it in. Yeah, we're going to have to do some scoreboard watching this afternoon for sure.
Well, Tampa Bay and Toronto underway, no score. Again, New York leading Boston 2-0 in the second. A game and a half separates Boston and Tampa Bay in the American League wild card race. And they've got to play 2 today in the Bronx.
In the National League, Atlanta trying to hold on. They've just gotten underway in Washington. They'll score in that one.
St. Louis just a couple of games behind them now. St. Louis winning last night. Atlanta losing last night. So just 2 games separate Atlanta and St. Louis. Jay Bruce at the plate, and the throw goes to second. And Phillips back. McDonald ready to deliver, and he'll turn and face Phillips again. Phillips hasn't been afraid to take off on the base paths during this series. Pitch inside to Bruce. 2 balls, no strikes.
And James not really jumping out ahead on everybody like you like to see. He's thrown 8 balls and 5 strikes so far.
1 out, 2 on. And McDonald's 2-0 is ripped past Walker into right field. And Phillips will get waved home. Here comes the throw. And up the line, and the sweep missed. And it's 1-0 Cincinnati.
Phillips, the way he raised his arms in the air, trying to not give McHenry anything to tag. Didn't want his left arm to get tagged, so he put it up in the air very high. Look at that. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do that. Arms up. Kind of a good thinking, though. I mean, if you get your arms down in a running position, you could maybe catch that that left arm in the backswing with the glove with a sweep tag, but you got him straight up in the air. You're not going to get tagged up there.
Chris Heisey, the batter, 248 hitter, 17 homers this year, 47 knocked in. 1 run is in, 2 men on.
In another technique I've seen used, is a slide.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Seen that too.
We've seen it occasionally. And of course, there's the drive-by slide where you slide by and tag with your hand instead of sliding in with your feet.
Yeah, that's probably what we would have saw there.
By him, 2-1.
J-Mac, he's backing up. Hands up.
Heisey takes a strike. Now Heisey was on deck. Now on deck hitter is supposed to act like the extra base coach. Shouldn't he have been telling him to get down if he thought it was going to be a close enough play to slide?
Might have been. Maybe was he telling him to put his arms up?
Maybe they have a signal for that.
Don't want to get anything inside to him.
Runners take off, and this one drilled foul.
Got that one inside.
Maybe I should say runner takes off, because Votto took off for third. Bruce didn't leave first.
I think that was a curveball that he left off the plate in. Heisey's got some pop in that bat. 17 home runs. 260 at bats.
Fills up the count at 3-2.
Definitely trying to keep away from him with the fastball. But now with 3-2, that becomes less of a factor. He's got to just throw a strike here. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fastball. Whatever he goes with, though, you got to take a big part of the zone with it. Can't be too fine.
And they've got Votto stuck. And Votto's just going to give himself up. How about that?
That's been a long year. You know, probably tired.
Well, when's the last time you've seen a guy caught stealing and the putout goes unassisted to the pitcher? J-Mac just runs over there and tags him.
Yeah, that's not going to get him any more best player in the league votes. He's kind of standing there like that.
Heisey up in the air to right, and Ludwig underneath it. That is the final out over top of the first. Reds with a run on 2 hits. They'll leave a man. 1-0 Cincinnati. The Pirates coming to bat. Sitting the Toyota starting lineup for your Pirates. Presley, Josh Harrison, and McCutcheon. 1, 2, 3. Derek Lee in the cleanup spot. Neil Walker hitting 5th. Ryan Ludwig batting 6th. Chase Darno gets the start at short today. The Fort, Michael McHenry behind the plate batting 8th. And the pitcher James McDonald bats 9th against the D-Train. Left-hander Dontrell Willis.
Yeah, the Train's a little bit more of a local nowadays than an Express.
Been a little derailed this year.
Doesn't have that fastball he did his young days with the Marlins.
Strike 1 to Presley. Although he might be one of the better hitters in the Cincinnati lineup.
He can swing the bat. You have to take him as serious when he's standing up there with the bat in his hand.
Dontrell Willis, a 2-time All-Star. In 2003, he was the National League Rookie of the Year. Had great success with the Florida Marlins. Pitched in Detroit, also for Arizona, and now here in Cincinnati.
Started having some control problems, and then the velocity started to slip away from him.
Yeah, there was even some conversation at one time, Bob, about him pulling a Rick Ankiel, reinventing himself as an outfielder, perhaps.
I can see why, because he can really hit.
1-2 pitch to Presley. Foul away. Well, Willis ended up signing a minor league deal with the Reds, and in AAA this year, 13 starts. He went 5-2. Pitched against the Pirates earlier this year on the 18th of July. Went 4 2/3 innings and suffered a loss. Pirates would win that game 2-0.
Been having some back spasm problems of late. Missed a couple of starts.
Watch out down there in the camera well. All pinballing around. Montreal Willis lives in Miami, born in Oakland. Still maintains his home in South Florida after playing for the Marlins. 1-2 pitch on the foul. Presley had a base hit in the second inning last night, finished 1 for 5 in the game. A wind by Willis in the 1-2. Up in the air, fouled out of play. So Presley been tough on Willis so far, trying to get the upper hand, get on base. The Rays up on top of the Blue Jays, 1-0 bottom of the first in St. Petersburg at the Dome. If they win and Boston loses the first game to the Yankees, it would be a half game difference. If Boston is swept by the Yankees today, then the Rays, if they win today, would pull even in the wild card. But there's a lot of baseball left to be played. That's just one scenario. Still 3 games to play after today. And Presley down on strikes. Let's take a look at today's PNC achievement. And we look at last night, the performances of Josh Harrison and Neil Walker. 4 out of 5 for the toy cannon. Also stole a base, and Walker stole 2 bases, stole second and third one time out there, trying to get another one, but he finished 3 out of 4 on the night. Walker leading the National League second baseman with 81 RBIs, and right now looking at his 52nd consecutive errorless game. PNC for the Achiever and you.
Walker certainly not backing off the accelerator. Tried to steal 3 bags last night. Thrown out once.
I talked to Josh today in the clubhouse before the game. He said they couldn't do any better than that. 4 for 5.
You know, the last time up when the ball came off the bat, had that trajectory. He just didn't hit it very well, but it had the trajectory, and it was down the line. For a moment there, it was like, oh, did he? I wonder what he thought. Of course, he's the one that knows better than anybody else. He really didn't hit the ball that well because he could feel it and handle the bat.
Put this one in the air to center field. Heisey drifting back. 2 outs. Go back to last night. Josh Harrison right here. Puts this one into left. And this one off the wall.
That was a triple, wasn't it?
This was.
See, there wasn't even a play at third. He was that fast getting around the bag.
It's the double.
All they needed was a home run. They got another single. And then his last at bat, he flew out the left, just about right down the line.
I asked him if he had picked up Nick Leyva, third base coach, coming around second, because that ball on the triple hit to left field. Play is in front of him. He said no. Once he saw the outfielder turn around, it was going to be behind him. Said he was thinking 3 all the way. And Paul Janisch will make the catch, and the Pirates are gone 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Cincinnati, heading to the second at PNC Park.
match is sponsored by Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com, definitely worth the click, and by PNC, for the achiever in you. Let's go, Bucks!
Welcome back to PNC Park, final home game of 2011. Still 3 more to go on the road. Pirates will jet off to Milwaukee right after this one. Take on the Brewers for 3 straight. Those games can be seen here on Root Sports as well. 1-0 Reds, top of the 2nd inning. Juan Francisco at the plate. Takes ball 1 high. Francisco, 260 hitter. He had a pair of doubles in last night's game. Went 2 for 4. Francisco had some injury issues earlier in the year and was relegated to mostly AAA duty once he went down with injury. Wasn't going to see much time at third base anyway with Scott Rowland there, but Rowland now. Rowland having surgery, and his season ended much earlier than he would have wanted. Left shoulder surgery.
Well, they need some depth at that position, I would think. And Rowland is getting on in years, and he's had some injury problems, especially of late.
And Francisco hits this one to the right field corner, and that'll be a double. His last 3 hits have been doubles.
Another leadoff hitter is on base for the Reds. You mentioned earlier that was a problem last night. Breaking ball wasn't in that bad of a spot, a little above the knees. Looked like Francisco able to go out and hook that ball. It was over the outside half of the plate. You never know what kind of bounce coming off that right field ball.
Double number 6 for Francisco, and now Devin Mesoraco is up. The Punxsutawney Punisher, as he was known.
Could be more Mesoraco shirts in this ballpark than any other player.
They're all over the place. Folks from that region in Indiana County coming down.
There's a little clump of them, but they are everywhere. They're scattered throughout the stadium. Upper deck, bleachers, left and right, field level boxes, they're everywhere.
0-1 to Mesoraco.
Have you ever seen a young player, I mean, so popular so quickly? Is
only one other. Last year, Steven Strasburg.
Well, yeah, but that was a
different situation.
Like this is hometown. Type
yeah, not on the road.
Situation.
No,
yeah, this is incredible.
I mean, it is not that far from his hometown too, but this is for an opposing player. No, I've not seen this. All the Mez jerseys.
They're everywhere.
He always could hit. When he came to the Reds AAA team last August, they were in a pennant race and ended up hitting a walk-off grand slam in his first game. It was a 5-3 win over the Syracuse Chiefs. And then the following night in his first at bat, he hit another grand slam. First time in Louisville franchise history that a player hit grand slam home runs in consecutive at bats. And now he is aboard as Harrison couldn't make the play. Mesoraco alertly into second base. Francisco stopping at third.
Yeah, it looked like Francisco wanted to take a little bit of a gamble and head home, but with nobody out, there was no reason for that. And Harrison didn't read that ground ball as quickly as he needed to. You see Francisco being held up. See how he went straight to the line instead of angling in, and then he changed direction, just like an outfielder kind of misreading a fly ball a little bit. And if he would have went straight in, he would have been able to get a short hop. Instead, he got caught a little bit in between.
Error on Harrison. Now runners second and third, nobody out. And McDonald in an early jam. Already 1-0 Cincinnati. Single run in the first. Jay Bruce drove in his 95th run, scoring Brandon Phillips after Phillips reached via a leadoff walk.
We've heard some talk that Harrison might be getting a little shortstop work.
It's expected that after the season he will head to Florida, go to instructional league and work down there for a week and a half or so at the shortstop position. Plays third, he plays second, but shortstop hasn't been something he's played a lot of. Paul Janisch drills it deep to left. On the track, Presley makes the catch. Tagging is Francisco. Mesoraco safely into third. It's 2-0 Cincinnati.
Why you don't take any chances of scoring from third with nobody out. Give the hitter a chance to knock you in. You look at the strike zone presented by Range Resources. You can see that one was in off the plate. Was able to get the head of the bat to it, keep it off the handle. Drove Presley back to the warning track and became a very productive out, not only to get the run in, but he hit it deep enough that Mesoraco was able to tag, and now he's at third base with less than 2 outs.
Well, pretty good hitting pitcher at the plate. And Dontrell Willis. Willis averaged .407. And he will not get the man in as Derek Lee will tag out Willis on the way by. In case you missed it around baseball, brought to you by Subway. Look at some of the news and notes around the game. The Giants lost to the Diamondbacks 15-2, and Ian Kennedy, his 21st win. And the Giants now eliminated. Justin Verlander had 12 straight wins. It was snapped last night. Got a no decision. The Orioles won. 200,000th game in Major League Baseball history last night between the Rockies and the Astros. Felix Hernandez hit by a line drive in the forearm in the fourth inning. X-rays negative. He'll be ready for spring training. It's a sigh of relief for the Mariners. Two men out. Brandon Phillips, the leadoff man, with Devin Mesoraco at third base. Tries to start him off with a curveball and missed low. Phillips walked and scored in the first. Phillips an all-star, a Gold Glover. Strike one. He has fun playing the game. No question about that. He can be excitable. He can be somewhat flamboyant.
You want him on your team as an opposing player. I think he can get under your skin a little bit.
1-1 up the middle, and it's now 3-0 Cincinnati.
One thing for sure, he comes to win.
RBI number 82
That's
for
what
Phillips.
it takes. He's got some power in the bat. He runs the base as well. Here, he just line drive right back through the middle. Brings a lot to the party. Excellent glove work at second base. Breaking ball right down the middle, and he hit it right back through the middle.
Ray Searage out to visit with James McDonald, who seems a bit off kilter here through the first inning and 2/3.
He's had to throw a lot of pitches so far. His next one's going to be number 40.
In 21 starts at PNC Park through his career, he's 9-3, 5-2 in 15 home starts this year. And he's won 4 of his last 5 decisions at home. Hoping to continue some of that home success. Still very early in this ball game.
Yeah, he's very happy-go-lucky in between starts. You see him in the dugout all the time.
Phillips takes off. McHenry throw down, and Brandon Phillips safe.
Oh! I thought that was a real good tag by Walker.
14th stolen base for Brandon Phillips.
Must got his hand in there. Good throw, quick tag. Bang, bang.
Like the hand and the tag arrived at the same time.
I don't think you could have blamed the umpire no matter how he called this one. It was that close.
Nothing and 2 is the count to the left fielder Dave Chappelle. Popped it up back and out of play.
I was about to say though, James in between starts, he's always very happy, laughing a lot, kidding around with guys. And he definitely gets on a game face on days that he is out there I don't know if you agree with me or not on this, Tim, but occasionally it doesn't look like he takes it a little too far. You can see that maybe he starts getting a little upset.
He does. He definitely wears his emotions on his sleeve.
And some guys, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Others, it hurts their focus, their concentration. I don't know which way it goes with James, but you can definitely see a different attitude when he's out on the mound than when you normally run into him and talk to him, or when we show the dugout. He's very serious when he's out there between the lines.
I think he's like anybody else when it comes to success or failure. Nobody likes to fail. Baseball is a game built around succeeding seldomly and failing more than you succeed. I try to explain that to young ball players. You say, okay, you go up there and it might not make sense to you now, but go up there and get a hit 3 out of every 7 times and you'll be okay. Or 3 out of 10 times and don't get a hit 7 times, you're still all right.
Not just all right. You'll be one of the best players there is.
3 out of 7, you'll be really good. 3 out of 10, you're still good.
From a pitcher standpoint, though, that doesn't work. That's the position you have to get the job done most of the time.
Full count to Chappelle. 2 outs. And the payoff will wait as McDonald turns and faces Phillips.
Phillips took a little extra step right when McDonald was looking at him. James, he's already got Votto today on that inside move. I had him take off early. Thought he might be able to pick up Phillips doing that.
Chappelle hits it high in the air, but foul. Got around on it all right, but knocked it way out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes to Chappelle. 2 runs in this inning. 3-0 Cincinnati. And McDonald wants to get on the same page with Michael McHenry.
We were talking earlier about James and just kind of showing the emotions on his sleeve. This is the first inning when he came in. He'd given up a single run, and you could see he's a little upset, but that's okay as long as you remain focused. You can actually use that to get yourself going. But there's some guys that will do that, and you can see them start going the wrong direction. They lose focus. They actually be on the verge of saying, oh, this is a kind of a woe is me Eeyore type thing, and throw the towel in. But I don't think J-Mac is like that. I think he uses it to get himself pumped up, get himself going. But you watch that body language. A lot of pitching coaches, managers do. And they don't want to see you throwing things all the time, that sort of deal. We've kind of seen what it's done to Carlos Zambrano's career. He really got that reputation early, and it's almost haunted him to where he could be out of the game.
Pickoff attempt. Top of the second inning, 3-0 Cincinnati. This is game 3 of this 3-game set. Brian Burris loosening up in the Pirate bullpen early. Chappelle is having quite a battle with McDonald here. McDonald making his 31st start. Remember, he was behind schedule-wise coming out of spring training due to an injury he sustained one day in Port Charlotte. Shut down for a couple of weeks and was a little bit behind schedule, but has come out and never used that as an excuse early in the season. He wasn't as stretched out as the rest of the starters were come the first week.
A lot of pitches here. You called Ryan a battle. Most of them high.
Some more cat and mouse, but
this is the second visit.
James McDonald, September 17th against the Dodgers, suffered the loss. 76 pitches, went 3 innings. His career against the Reds, 3-1 though. 329 earned run average in 7 games. Finished strong, looking for win number 10. He's going to need some help from the Pirate bats because his team already down 3-0. And he walked it. Well, McDonald loses the battle with Sapelt. 2 outs. The Reds now have men at first and second.
And Hurdle's kind of wondering what was all the meetings about. But, you know, Votto's on deck. We'll just go after him instead. See if we can get him to chase a hook down.
I don't think that was part of the meeting. I would think they talked more about candlesticks as a wedding gift before they talked about that.
I was being, what do you call it, sarcastic.
Oh, I know. I'm sure J-Mac is disappointed with that pitch.
The meeting should have been Votto's on deck. We need to throw a fastball right down the middle before we walk this guy. And he ended up missing badly with a curveball.
One ball, 1 strike to Votto.
Bullpen. It's probably ready. And that's something that we've seen a lot in September is Clint Hurdle will go early to that pen. He's got a lot of relievers.
And for McDonald, it may be an early afternoon. 2 balls, 1 strike to Joey Votto. Votto was singled and was caught stealing in the first inning. Now, as good a player as Joey Votto is, just surprised that he just stood there and gave himself up and allowed the pitcher McDonald to walk over and tag it.
That's what McDonald loves to see is hitters that want to chase that fastball upstairs out of the strike zone. If he can get you swinging at that, he's got you.
Two and two now to Votto. Phillips off of second base and Sapelt off of first. 2-2 to Votto. Fouled it off. This is what we were talking about back in the first inning when McDonald went to the inside move. Votto just stops running and stands there and says, all right, I'm out. You at least want to make the pitcher make a throw, don't you?
Of course. Like I said, he probably lost some votes.
We'll get another 2-2.
Boy, McDonald's really putting a little extra into these fastballs to Votto. Last couple 94. Not holding anything back. Yeah, he can see out there beyond the fence too. He knows that bullpen's been warming up. He knows that walking Sapelt kind of put him behind the 8-ball. Oh, it's like now he has to get Votto.
Well, count full and the runners will take off. And McDonald has been walking the tightrope here against the Reds early in the ballgame. Two on, 2 out, full count, payoff pitch. Got him.
Oh, how about that? 95, best fastball of the day in a great spot.
2 runs in for the Reds, and after an inning and a half, it's 3-0. Votes, standard text rates apply. What has been your favorite moment of the season at PNC Park? June 3rd, Tabata's walk-off single against the Phils. June 8th, McCutcheon's walk-off homer against the Diamondbacks. The series win against the Red Sox. Michael McHenry's home run against the Cubs. Derek Lee's performance against the Cubs, the 2 home run performance, or Garrett Jones' walk-off splashdown home run into the river against the Cardinals. Derek Lee.
Show me those one more time, Tim. Hit the button.
All right, there you go. How's that? Text 412-412 to vote. 412-412 to vote.
I'm going with, without doing much thought, really thinking about it, I'm going McHenry's game-winning home run versus the Cubs. It's going to be my first blush pick right there. Boom. That's what I want.
That's what you want?
That's what I want. There was a couple others that I really like also, but I'm going to go with the McHenry home run. That was really a kind of a special thing. That was his first big league home run.
Yeah. And see, the Jones walk-off is getting a lot of the attention in the early returns.
A walk-off home run that you hit into the river.
Yeah,
that's
I like that one.
That's pretty awesome.
That was a pretty good hit. And that's a pretty good hit. Derek Lee to right field. And a long run for Jay Bruce to collect it.
Just kind of guided that ball.
Derek Lee doesn't have, he's got 3% already. That's it. But, again, take away the month that he missed due to the broken bone in his wrist. This guy has contributed every night he's been out there, every day he's been
as a Pirate, he's looked like a Cub, definitely not an Oriole. How's that?
There you go.
I don't know who the Orioles had this year, but it wasn't Derek Lee.
It wasn't this one.
He came over here and he is just, maybe the National League is his comfort zone, but he's hit the ball just like we saw him for years torture us in that Cub uniform. That's how he's hit the ball for us. And once that hand got better.
Dontrell Willis delivering 0-1, and Walker pulls a foul. Our day key matchup of the day, brought to you by Day Automotive. Career against Dontrell Willis, 4 out of 5 with a run batted in this season against the Reds, 404. 7 extra base hits and 12 runs scored. Day Automotive, we're going to make your day. Oh, and 2 to Walker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think Clint Hurdle was talking about yesterday in terms of Neil Walker, saying that it's pretty unique to have a player, a young player like Walker, who is one of your foundation type players, a guy that you're going to see here for a while and build around. That one gets away. And down to second goes Lee. And not only we're going to have him around here for a while, but he's from here, born and raised here, grew up a Pirate fan. Went to games as a kid at Three River Stadium, and now he's one of your cornerstone players.
Another one of those guys that can't get out of the lineup, loves to play every day. Oh, almost got him in the shin, got the toes out of the way. Lee in scoring position. And another meeting at the mound.
We saw last night when Neil Walker got hit on the pinky finger when he was stealing third base, got hit with the throw by Mesoraco.
I think it lifted the nail up. I saw a little blood on it. That a lot of guys, they're done for the night, maybe done for a couple of games.
He just rubbed some dirt on it, went back out and played. He's back in the lineup again today. Three and 2. You go back to last year, both he and Tabata flirting with 300 averages in their rookie seasons, and they wanted to play right down to the very end. They could have sat the last couple of days easily.
Wish they would have
had that on their record books. Walker down on strikes.
It would have been nice to take that decision out of their hands. As a player, you really can't say, "Hey, I don't want to play the last game on 300." Fastball at the letters.
And a fumble.
Raindrops. I haven't seen any of those a little while.
Don't want to.
Not a real good couple of days ago. Not a good forecast for this series, but it's been really nice until right now.
This one gets away. Another wild pitch by Willis, and down to third goes Derek Lee.
Willis, he can throw some wild pitches.
Well, you go back to 2009 in interleague play while he was with the Tigers. On the 14th of June, Dontrell Willis pitched here against the Pirates. He lasted 3 2/3 innings. Had a career high 8 walks. After that game, did not pitch again for the Tigers.
There was a game that spring training. He did a similar thing at McKechnie Field. He only went maybe an inning or so. And just could not find the plate. Walked a whole bunch of people, and that was the the first look that Willis was not the guy he was when he was with the Marlins.
To Ryan Ludwig. He walked him. He'll be back next year for the pennant. They came dressed for the occasion. And that's one thing we've really seen a lot of this year, is a lot of folks coming, with Pirate gear to the ballpark. And a lot of signs. People catching on.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed to see all the costumes.
One of the things that Root Sports has done this year is really make it more interactive with the fans and bring you at home closer to the experience, bring you to the ballpark.
It's like you're walking around through the stands during the ball game.
Chase Darno getting the start at short today, his first at bat.
A unique Pirate hat.
It's like a pitched roof, so the rain will roll off into the gutter. Darno to the gap in left center field. Sapelt on the run, won't get it. That's going into the notch. Lee will score. Here comes Ludwig around third. He'll score. And into third with a triple is Chase Darno. 3-2.
Darno really put on display right there. A big part of his ball game, that speed. They're either going to have to catch this ball or it's 3 bases. He fires one to the gap. There's no way you're holding him to a double.
Saw how quickly he got out of the box. He recognized the direction that ball was hit in.
He had to reach for it a little bit, which makes him start running real quick. He almost has to take a step toward first base just to catch his balance as he's swinging. A great jump out of the box.
Darno representing the tying run at third base. His second triple this season. His first was his first major league hit in his debut against the Boston Red Sox. Infield in for Cincinnati, the 1-0 in the dirt.
Watch him run. Now he knows it's 3.
McKinley hits a bullet, almost took the head of Darno off. Chase able to get out of the way.
Be quick. Duck.
Watch the ball girl play the carom.
Right there. Best ball girls in baseball.
That's Blaze down there.
Who's that?
It's Blaze's friend.
Blaze is from Cal U.
He's a Vulcan. And her friend Angelica
Marsh. Kind of rotate every night. There are ones that do a great job. They're all softball players, right, from local colleges.
That's right. And Bucko Blastwall, changing the home run numbers, is Jessica today. But they will rotate around, and they do a very nice job. That was something that was new last year. A big at bat for McHenry here with a tying run at third, and McDonald on deck, 1 out. Edge infield drawn in, and McHenry with a 3-ball 2-strike count. Dontrell Willis set to deliver. And the Ford up in the air to left field. Sapelt getting behind it.
Plenty deep.
And Darno will score easily. It is a tie ball game at 3. 11th run batted in for Michael McHenry. Sacrifice fly. And the Buccos draw even here in the second. Well, the man at the plate's got to feel a little better about things now after giving up 3 runs and throwing a lot of pitches for the first 2 innings.
Just
now it's back to square one.
It proves to you that the things that I'm sure Ray was telling him are true. That he just, hey, no problem. Calm down. We got this covered. You give up 3. It's not the end of the world. Team will fight back, and they did. And that's why, I preach this all the time, as a starting pitcher, you got to learn to bend but don't break. You stay out of the real big innings, and you'll be fine. You give up a run here, run there. It's kind of expected. Heck, what do they say? 6 innings, 3 runs.
Quality start. And McDonald goes down on strikes. Pirates strike back, get 3 runs, and even the game heading to the 3rd.
Carla.
Prior to the game, manager Clint Hurdle, his wife Carla, and his children Maddie and Christian were out to accept a check for the Wins for Kids program. Ralph Martin from Trib Total Media, and a $25,000 donation. Pirates chairman Bob Nutting on hand as well. Benefits Pirates charities. The Children's Institute of Pittsburgh, Prader-Willi syndrome, is something that Clint's daughter Maddie has, and he has been very, very involved in raising funds. He and his wife Carla have. Raising not only funds but awareness of Crowder-Willie syndrome. 3-3, top of the third inning. The rain's starting to come down a little harder.
Well, the Pirate organization surely does a great job with their charity work all year long. Something that Mr. Nutting should get a lot of props for.
A lot of ways the ball club gives back to the community. Two balls, two strikes to Jay Bruce. We were at a Pirates Charities function a couple of weeks ago up at Seven Springs, the Sporting Clays Invitational, and that has been just a terrific event. And there's a number of events during the course of the year that you can take part in. So as the season starts to approach next year, keep an eye and an ear on those things. Take part in them. They're a lot of fun. Get a chance to interact up close with players and staff, and you might even get to meet Bob Walk. It's a possibility.
You never know. Always a possibility.
Bruce to center field. McCutcheon looks up into the raindrops, and Bruce is out.
Odd, it's raining. It was really not that many clouds. We got the leadoff man out. That's certainly a step in the right direction for James.
First time today. So get 3 runs. The performance changes a little bit. And McDonald, if you feel confident, you can turn around, see no activity in the bullpen, but plenty of activity in the river today. This one pulled foul down the line. That's one of those nice Sunday afternoons. Good for a leisurely ride in the boat.
Nice looking boat. I like that one.
That's into center field and a base hit for Chris Heisey. He was 1 for 2.
All summer I sit up here and see those boats out there. I was thinking how much fun it would be to have one. But in the wintertime, it might not be that much fun when you actually have time to get out there.
Well, no, you can commute down to Bradenton. You can.
Would have to be an icebreaker, though, up here. Allegheny, a lot of times, there's a pretty good ice flow on it. Like, how long would it take for us to take a boat from here to Bradenton? A month?
I don't know. We're going to have to
map it out.
Map it out and try to figure out the difference between driving and going down on a boat. Pretty direct route in the boat.
We'd have to get a charter captain, wouldn't we?
Yeah. There he is.
Maybe Blass?
Blass would be the guy. Well, he's been going down to Bradenton for 40 some odd years. He knows the way.
He knows the way. Knows all the little inlets.
He doesn't need a map. He can just navigate by the stars.
By the stars.
And you guys let me know when you get there, and I'll meet you at the airport. To the third baseman Harrison will try for 2. Not in time. Slowly developing play at second base. Pretty good turn by Walker nonetheless. He had Heisey bearing down hard on him.
Yeah, he's not going to have a whole lot of time to turn this because it takes a while to get the ball to him. So Heisey is all over him. He still was able to get off a pretty good throw. Not a real good feed either. It was below the knees. And there's Heisey. Sliding into his knees as he releases the ball. Mazeroski-like.
Swing and a miss by Devin Mesoraco. Yeah, there's our captain.
That might be a first mate or something.
I think so. That's who I buy my fish sticks from, right there.
He does look like the fish stick guy. He's probably been to
just floated
Boston,
in from Gloucester, Mass. Right there.
He's been to Boston.
Oh, 2 pitch. That's up high and outside.
Speaking of Boston, it's not getting any better for him.
Well, the Yankees have put a couple more runs up. It's 4-1 in the 5th. Jorge Posada has hit a home run for the Yankees, and in St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay leads Toronto 4-1 in the 3rd. Little roller down 3rd foul. St. Louis and Chicago are underway. No score in the 2nd at Busch Stadium. Still no score between Atlanta and Washington. Fun to watch the scoreboard in the final week of the season. Two and two now to Mesoraco. Detweiler in the Atlanta-Washington game. Wells and Jackson. Jackson going for St. Louis. Game 2 tonight. Boston and the Yankees. They were rained out Friday. Cecil and Davis both with 10 losses. Fouled away. Cincinnati 76 and 82. Pirates handed them their 81st and 82nd losses. Trying to hand them number 83. Pirates won 2 in a row against Cincinnati earlier in the season.
I had the Reds numbers this year. Have not done well against us.
10 and 4 against Cincinnati.
They are the defending champions of the Central Division.
Mesoraco in the air to left. McCutchen wants it. That'll take care of Cincinnati. Nothing across for the Reds. 1 hit and 1 left. Fans, now's the time to reserve your season tickets for the 2012 season. Just put down a $100 deposit and enjoy all of the off-season perks, including exclusive events with Pirates players and more. Plus, guarantee your seats to all of the biggest games next season. To lock in your 2012 season tickets, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit Pirates.com. Young man needs a shave. Close shave here today, 3-3. How'd he get in here?
You know, that shot before. The young man looking like a Pirate. Remind me of Ronnie last year.
Oh, Cedeno,
Yeah,
he painted on a mustache and played with a painted on mustache for half a game.
Yeah. Everybody was growing mustaches back then, and
he couldn't.
But he went with it, though. I like it. Painted it on.
Alex Presley fouls this pitch on. Well, left-handed hitters have had a tough time against Dontrelle Willis. Lefties coming into the game hitting just 137 against Willis. And he's only allowed 2 extra base hits against left-handers, both on the 24th of July against the Braves to Brian McCann. Catcher hit a home run off of him, and Freddie Freeman, the rookie first baseman, hit a double. Did Presley hold up? Yes, he did. So he's been doing a good job against the lefties. Presley, who struck out first time up, looking for a hit here to start the third. The 3-3 ball game. Pirates went down 1-0 in the first, 3-0 after the second, and stormed back with 3 of their own in the bottom of the second inning. Willis pitched to Presley outside. Bottom of the third, nobody on, nobody out. Willis shakes off Mesoraco. Now the pitch to Presley. Struck him out for the second time.
Yeah, Presley hasn't had that many really poor looking at bats, but I think that was one. Take a look at the strike zone. He's way upstairs. Tell by his reaction, not happy at all with that that swing on that high pitch. It's just 89, but Dontrelle, his fastball, I think, plays a little bit better than the radar gun actually shows. You can imagine how that fastball played when it was up there 94, 95 all the time. That big leg kick and everything.
Josh Harrison, 4 for 5 last night. Big night for him. So far today, 0 for 1. Flying to center first time up. He takes a strike. In fact, he is the first player born in the Queen City of Cincinnati to get 4 hits against his hometown team since the Braves' David Justice went 4 for 7 in a 13-inning game at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati in 1991. And Harrison, a Cincinnati Bearcat out of the University of. 1-1. He's in there for a strike. That's the uniform of the day.
We've seen that so many times all year long. We keep talking about it, but that definitely was one of the big changes this year, is that people really got into it and had fun with it. So many of them came in costume.
2-2 outside, 3-2 to Josh Harrison. Let's go Bucks. Root Sports.
It's a costume, but not really a Pirate costume.
Well, the signage was there.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of signage, not only at home, but have you noticed how much more Root Sports signage we see on the road? Pirate signage we see from fans bringing them in. Harrison fouls this one away. And certainly one gentleman who's very excited about all the happenings, the costumes, the signage, and the attendance as well, as Pirates president Frank Coonley joining us here in the booth. The 4th highest attendance in 125-year history of this franchise. That's saying something.
It's been amazing, Tim. Our fans have been the best. Several of them have said to me that this has been the most fun that they've had at Pirate games in a long time. And they have just been outstanding. They've been with us. They've been into the games. They're coming all the time. And like I said, instead of seeing people walking around the concourse, I think it's bad for our concession business, but I'll take it. They're all in their seats, locked into the games, and they really were a big part of why this team had some success this year.
Harrison up in the air to right field. Jay Bruce under it. And there are 2 down. One thing we're seeing a lot of too, Frank, younger fans, not only fans in their in their 20s and late teens, but a lot of young kids. The Sunday Kids Day games have worked great, but even the other games, we're seeing a lot more younger Pirate fans here.
It's been tremendous. There's been a generation that hasn't seen good baseball here in Pittsburgh in a long time, and we've saw those kids coming back this year and having fun and wearing their Pirates jerseys, wearing their Pirates tees, name and number tees. It's been terrific. They've been energetic. They've been into the games, and it's great to have them back here.
You know, I've seen something that I haven't seen in a long time also, and it's not really here at the ballpark, but it doesn't matter where you go, the mall, Giant Eagle, you know, the local gas station, whatever, you see the Pirate gear all over the city in the outlying areas. It's not just here on game day. It's everywhere. They have really taken, you know, bought into what's happening here with the Pirate organization.
Well, you're right, Bob. They've really bought into these players. They are proud of them. And when you're wearing the gear of a team, whether it's the Steelers or the Pens or now the Pirates, it means that you're proud of your organization. And we've seen a huge increase in that this year. Obviously, the attendance here at PNC Park has been remarkable all year long. Tim, you mentioned the fourth largest home crowd for a year in the history of this organization that's been around for a long time. And today is the largest last game of the season at PNC Park, Fan Appreciation Day.
McCutcheon in the air to center field, and that'll do it. Stick around.
Absolutely. Glad to.
President of the Pirates. More with him when we come back. It's a 3-3 ball game going to the fourth. Gorgeous day at PNC Park. Had a couple of sprinkles of rain, but those have gone by the wayside. And it's very nice here. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Everett, and visiting with Pirates president Frank Coonley, talking about this season.
Some of those young kids showing them on the video board.
Yeah, and they love to see themselves on the video board. There's a trick to that.
That's good. And we'd like to see them on there. More and more of them.
Paul Janisch.
You know, I don't think it's gone unnoticed either by the players, the way the fans just exploded and came out. That they have mentioned to me, you know, standing in line to get on an airplane, something like that, about the crowds that have been coming out to PNC Park.
You're absolutely right,
It's inspired
Bob.
them.
It absolutely has, and I'm telling you that the fan support, the full houses, and the energy level they brought this year was a big part of our success in the first half of this season. No doubt about it. A huge part of the success was the energy that the fans gave to the players as they were playing out in the field. Every one of the players, I talked to them privately, you talk to them publicly, every one of them say the same thing. Friday night, obviously, we're not going to meet our goals and objectives for this year, and we're not playing meaningful games as we want to in September. Friday night, when everybody was waving their T-shirts, this place looked like we were in October and playing in a postseason game.
Exactly.
They love the team. They love the young players in particular. And it's going to be a lot of fun when we're playing games in late September and into October with that type of support from the fan base, that really means something. And that's the goal as we begin the postseason planning and begin to plan for 2012. I can't wait to get going. I said it earlier that the fan support of this club has redoubled our determination to give them the type of team that they can really be proud of, and a team that they deserve, because they certainly did their part and then some this year and showed everybody. I mean, we knew it. We knew this was a great baseball town, but the fans really showed it this year. Yeah, there's the 2012 schedule. I can't wait for it to begin already.
April 5th.
We've got some work to do in the meantime in this off season. But the one thing that I take away from this year that I think that, talking to Clint before the game, the one thing you take away from it is I think that there were some valuable lessons learned and some intense development that took place at the major league level this year that we haven't seen before. Playing meaningful games over a long stretch of the season, as we did for the entire first half of the season, is a different type of grind. We always talk about the grind of a baseball season, but when every game that you're playing is meaningful, and typically we didn't have a lot of blowout wins. We were winning close games. That's a different type of grind that you need to, as a young player, figure out how to work through and how to continue to play good baseball, notwithstanding the fact that it's a grind and you're grinding it out every night and every game's meaningful. So I think that valuable lessons were learned, and players and staff know that there's some work this offseason that needs to be done to put us in a position to be able to play that type of baseball for 162.
Brandon Phillips with 2 outs and an 0-1 pitch. He went around. That's 0-2 the count. Well, it's going to be an interesting offseason, no doubt about that fact, and we're all waiting anxiously to see how it all unfolds.
It's remarkable that this is the last home game of the year. I can't believe we're at Fan Appreciation Day. It's flown by. I think it flew by because a lot of reasons, but principally because we were playing a lot of fun baseball at PNC Park this year.
Brandon Phillips down on strikes, a 1-2-3 inning from McDonald. Frank, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very shortly.
Tim and Bob, thanks for what you do.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
On Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks.
Time to take a look at our AT&T mobility question here in just a moment. 3-3 the score. Bottom of the 4th, and Derek Lee takes low and in. The question today: Joey Votto needs 2 home runs to reach 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. Who was the last Red to have 30 or more homers and 100 plus RBIs in consecutive seasons? Think about that for a moment. As Derek Lee grounds one down to second base. Brandon Phillips takes his time, throws him out.
I'm done thinking, but I'm going to hold my guess until next inning.
I know what you is that done with two N's or D-O-N-E?
That's my guess. I'm going to guess Adam Dunn.
Probably a good guess.
Griffey Jr. maybe.
That'd be a thought too. I know that I might be going back too far though. Frank Robinson had solid years, obviously. Hall of Famer. Back-to-back years.
30 home runs, 100 RBIs. They've been great hitters. Come through Cincinnati for a long time. Go back to the early 90s. And Eric Davis. He put up some terrific numbers for a few years. Eric the Red.
Watch out. Neil Walker turning on that one, hitting it into the far end of the dugout.
He pulled that a little bit.
And, the heart is racing a little faster for Alex Presley.
After all the dugout, they're all pointing to him, saying, hey, out to the field, that direction.
You got to wipe off the veteran, make sure he's okay. Take care of the young guy too. Make sure Derek's refreshed, hydrated. Strike called in the corner. 3-2 now to Walker.
A backdoor breaking ball. Take a look at the strike zone. See exactly where that one ended up. Oh. Not quite got in there far enough. It was on the edge.
Time is called as Willis started his windup. Presley and Lee comparing notes.
This crowd this afternoon.
Walker popped it up right side. Joey Votto under it. 2 down. I think Frank had mentioned
biggest, largest final day crowd in ballpark history. Goes right along with the theme that we had here all year with the big crowds.
Team will come in just under 2 million this year in attendance. There's Ludwig. Ground ball is short. Giannis throws him out. And a quick bottom of the 4th for Dontrell Willis.
Here at Pittsburgh. That's Jessica down the right field line, and this is Angelica down the left field line. Second full season of the Ball Girls at PNC Park.
Yes.
Sad to see it go away?
I am. This is my favorite job. I love doing it. I could do it every year if I could.
Now, you have some experience having played softball in college, right?
Yes, I played 4 years of college softball.
Where'd you play?
Geneva College.
And you're all done, and your major was?
Psychology and Human Services. I double majored.
Make sure you turn around because I don't want anything coming our way with you not having your eyes in the right direction. So now that you've been the ball girl for 2 years, you have to go to the real world and get a job, huh?
Yes, I actually just got a job this past week.
Where are we working now?
I'm a TSS working with kids with behavioral disorders.
Okay, and we'll make sure we get this pitch through here. What do you have to go through tryouts? How do you long waiting list? Is it like American Idol? You have to like audition or what?
It was a double interview process. The only requirement was for us to play college softball. So that's how it all worked out.
You know what I really dig about your job? That you get to wear a uniform and shorts, and I'm out here in a suit, and I'm acting as your eyes behind your head as well. I think my job's tougher than yours. So will it be a third season, or you have to give up the reins for somebody else?
I would love for it to be a third season. If not fourth, fifth, and sixth, then keep going.
Now, if you do about 5 games a month, did you say? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's about 5 games a month.
So you have some regulars behind you, so when you get foul balls, do you have like a favorite that you go to all the time, or do you have to find somebody different?
I usually find people different, usually just little kids who are Pirate fans.
All right. I'm going to let you go because my producer keeps getting in my ear telling me pitch coming, pitch coming, pitch coming. And if you have a ball come this way, I want to make sure you can get it. Thanks for the time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, enough of this. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Dan. I don't know. He never says anything to us, so kind of a surprise.
So we don't hear from him a whole game. How about that?
See him at dinner, see him on the bus after. That's about it. 2-2, and Chappelle lifts one at foul ground to Josh Harrison, who makes the catch. And there's one out for the Reds in the 5th inning.
How about that? You can have a double major and play sports at the same time.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. As long as you understand all the nomenclature involved, you're going to be fine with it.
It's not what my boys said.
Joey Votto at the plate takes a strike. But it is a neat job.
Double
you can tell
major
she
and
really
play
enjoys
sports
the job
at the same time. It sounds like she's got it pretty much all together.
But how could you not enjoy that job? If you get the best seat, now you're on the field with a glove.
And I'm serious. A lot of people think I'm kidding around when I say they do a great job. We travel all over. We play in all these different ballparks, and either the ball boys, ball girls, ball old guys in San Francisco, they don't cut it a lot of time. And
what did you call them in San Francisco?
The old guys.
The ball old guys?
Yeah.
No, they're the ball dudes.
Well, whatever they are.
And Votto goes down on strike.
But I think it's a great idea that they have the actual athletes out there with the gloves, the girls that have been on the softball teams, and then go out and do the job. It's Blaze. She is rotated over to the home run board.
Jay Bruce fouls it back. 0-1 to the Reds right fielder. Pirates and Reds locked into a good one right now. 3-3 in the top of the 5th. On Fan Appreciation Day at PNC Park.
In San Francisco, they have the older retired gentleman as
yeah, you just called
the
them
ball boys down the line.
You just called them the ball old guys. That's what you call them.
Yeah, well, okay, retired gentlemen, but they don't get off the stools very quick when the ball goes down there. And sometimes they get off and then go right back down.
To left field and a long run for Presley. Slicing away from him. He can't get it. And that will be a 2-base hit. Off the left-handed batter. That ball hit that way. He's going to keep going toward the line. And as much as Presley ran toward it, that ball kept running away from him.
Anxious to see on this replay we have here. Did he have full extension or was he? Yes, I think his elbow was bent a little bit. I don't think he realized that ball had sliced that far away from him. Maybe the arm was straight, but I just didn't feel like he was really reaching as far as he could. I don't think maybe he could have turned the shoulder a little further.
Ray Searage will come out and pay a visit to Mr. McDonald. Bullpen getting active again behind him. And honestly, Bob, in the second inning, it didn't look like James was going to last this long in the game. He came back, saw 4 men come to the plate in the third.
Well, he's over
1, 2, 3, 4.
He's over 100 pitches. And the Pirates have really paid close attention with their starters this year with the pitch counts. I was looking just a couple of days ago that the Pirates starting pitchers have averaged 89.3 or something, right in that area, pitches per start this year, below 90. And as a gauge, that I looked at the other teams in the division, and everybody else was 90 or above. A couple of teams, they were averaging over 100 pitches per start. The Pirates have been very, very careful with their starters, and you realize that you got to keep them healthy.
Chris Heisey is 1 for 2. Singled in the third inning, fly to right back in the first. 2 outs, man at second.
McDonald, not counting spring training, has been the healthiest of our starters.
Maybe it's all that casting he does with his fishing rod.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Keeps the arm in shape.
Might be it.
Swing and a miss. He's got Heisey, strike 2. Beautiful day to be on the upper deck of the Duchess.
You could take the Duchess all the way to break. Plenty of room on that.
You have to go the other direction, wouldn't you?
What do you mean?
Go to Florida?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'll go a little faster.
Yeah, but that might not be as comfortable to live on for a month.
They're heading in the right direction, though. Strike 3 call. Gets Heisey and strands Jay Bruce after the 2-out double. Halfway home at PNC Park, a 3-3 ball game. James McDonald coming back strong and getting the Indiana strikeout. Had a triple in the second inning, scoring 2 runs, driving in Lee and Ludwig. Dontrell Willis, the wind and the pitch. And Darno to right field, and this ball will get down for a single. Trivia question from AT&T Mobility. Joey Votto needs 2 home runs to reach 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. Who was the last Red to have 30-plus homers and 100 RBIs in consecutive seasons? Bob said
Adam Dunn. Answer is Adam Dunn.
Correct. 04 and 05.
I'm a good guesser, aren't I?
Yeah. I went back way too far in the history books. Didn't have to go back all that far, but Adam Dunn, who is not having a great year with Chicago, the White Sox.
That's what happens when you read the notes.
Right, you pick up on things like that?
Yeah. So mine was a straight guess.
Oh, I thought you were indicating you actually read the notes.
Nope. Not that one. I like to really truly guess at those trivia questions. That's why I'm wrong 90% of the time.
You got reading glasses, don't you use them for reading?
Promos.
That's about it.
Over your guys' shoulders.
1-0 to McHenry. Sacrifice fly and a run scored. He got Darno in the second inning. There goes Chase, and Dontrell Willis goes to second base, and Darno is out.
Somebody's yelling at it.
First time he's been caught stealing this year.
I thought I heard in the headset here someone was yelling, "That's a balk, that's a balk." Obviously, it was not a umpire yelling it. It had to be somebody from the bench. And Darno did the right thing, put his head down and took off.
Strike one to McHenry.
Yes, you could have, just stood there and let Votto tag him.
Yeah,
he didn't really have to run and try to make it to the bag. A couple of differences in styles there, huh? After getting picked off. That's Darno's style. Yeah, you can hear somebody yell at his clock.
You're one guy trying to get to the base, or at least make somebody make a throw, and then Votto, he's a very good player, an all-star. Back in the first inning, between second and third, just stopped and let James McDonald walk over and tag him.
Yeah, everybody's
bizarre.
Everybody's different. I don't think Angelica was sure if that was a foul ball or not, so she did the right thing. She let it go to make sure that she didn't interfere with anything. So she kind of stopped. She didn't want to get it and interfere with that ball. Might be fair. It was right real close to the bag. Double major. She's smart.
McHenry right at Phillips. 2 outs. Well, we've talked to our very sharp ball girls here today, and
this is what we see around the lake.
These are the ball old guys Bob was talking about, the ball dudes in San Francisco. This is a part of the on-the-job hazards they have.
Hello. You can go either way. What would you choose?
Brandon Wood up there to pinch hit, swing and a miss. Good hitting for McDonald, so that'll do it for James today. Pirates would like to get a run for him here. 3-3 game, bottom of the 5th. And the way McDonald started, didn't look like he even get to 5, but he got through 5.
Hard-working 5 innings.
It was. Now his season has come to a conclusion. He can do some of that maybe on the boat. I imagine there's going to be some water activity for McDonald in his near future. Fishing. Brandon Wood goes down on strikes, so a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. On to the 6th at PNC Park. 3-3.
Sports is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks.
The final pierogi race of the year, and it's been an elimination battle and a battle.
Cheating. Did you see that? Onion pushed him down, and look at the lead Oliver got.
And Cheese isn't even in the picture.
I'll tell you what, this is a lesson, though. You give up 3 runs early, doesn't mean the game's over. You got to keep trying. Got to keep plugging away. Watch what comes into the picture on the left side.
Look at Oliver. He's got.
Watch the left side of the screen. Here he comes.
Oh, my goodness. And that is some first place fromage. Cheese Chester is the pierogi racing champion on planet Earth for 2011. What a race.
That's karma for you there. Oliver pushed him in the back. Ended up losing the race.
And Damascus takes over for James McDonald. Facing Juan Francisco. Damascus delivers the 1-0 pitch. And it's punted in fair territory. Now rolling foul. That'll be strike 1. 1-1. Fort Michael McHenry getting the start here today. And still, Clint Hurdle and the staff would like to see Matt Pagnozzi a little bit more. They'd like to see Jason Jaramillo at least one more time. And for Jaramillo, it'll be nice to get him a start, perhaps, in Milwaukee, in his home state of Wisconsin. So, not sure with 3 games to go if this is the last start for McHenry or not. And don't forget Ryan Domet. High chopper. This is going to be a tough play. Moskos makes it. And Francisco's out.
Moskos, a fine play, showing some pretty good athleticism going after that ball. You're looking over your shoulder going for that ball, Tim, and you're always thinking, how close is the infielder to running right over him? You can't look away. You can't check, see where he's at.
Just another thing you have to keep track of out there, huh?
Yep.
Devin Mesoraco.
And normally on something like that, this high in the air, middle of the infield, you're the guy that's kind of directing traffic, calling somebody's name. But when you're involved, now it's every man for himself.
Mesoraco, line drive and a base hit. He will take a big turnaround first. So the Punxsutawney Punisher gets a base hit here at PNC Park.
I'll make all the red shirts happy.
His first hit in this ballpark. He'll feel good about the support he gets. I wonder now, when he goes back home, if he is there in February before he heads down to spring training, if he sees his shadow, if there'll be 6 more days of 6 more weeks of winter.
No, it means it's 2 weeks to spring training.
2 weeks to spring training.
If he sees his shadow. They have to go all the way to Arizona now, too, don't they?
They
Cincinnati.
do. Yes, sir.
Sarasota, such a beautiful part of Florida. I'm sure there was a lot of players that were happy about that move. Some of the players, though, they live out in the Arizona area. They're, on the other hand, they're very happy with it.
They're okay. There are a lot of staff members who would spend a lot of time in the offseason in the Sarasota region. They weren't too thrilled. And the west coast of Florida is just so beautiful. It's a great place. Pirates are very fortunate to have their spring training there right next to Sarasota, Bradenton. Talking to some folks the other night about spring training, and I often ask people that, have you ever been? And they say no. I said, well, you have to go. You got to go down and see it. A lot of fun. The area is great. See the Pirates play in a real intimate setting, small ballpark.
A lot of ballparks around there also. You can see a different couple of teams every day. Really centrally located there for spring training sites. Blue Jays and Phillies and Yankees. Tigers aren't far away.
Ripped foul and out of play by Paul Janisch.
Tampa Bay Rays just down the road a little bit. Baltimore Orioles.
I want to venture just a little farther. The Twins and the Red Sox.
Yep.
I think he was expecting to get shot.
Yeah, the Parrot got him. Parrot got him.
Yeah. That's just the Parrot's way of showing his appreciation for the fans. Just keeping them cool.
There he is. Another thing about that Bradenton area, you get out there on the islands, see those little wild parrots flying all over the place, causing trouble, yakking it up, just like our buddy down there.
And that's over the head of Harrison down the line. Zarocco into third base safely. And into second with a one-out double is Paul Janisch. Now the Reds threatening here in the top of the sixth.
And just one out. Didn't want to see Zarocco go all the way to third. But really not a whole lot you could do to prevent that. In fact, you got to get it clean and get it in just to keep him just at third base. It's a nice play by Presley down the corner. So many different angles on the walls around here that it's not just routine to go down in either one of these corners and field the ball. Different bounces.
Strike one to Dontrell Willis. Willis has 8 home runs in his career, all 8 while with the Florida Marlins.
Was up in this situation before. Hit a ground ball to Lee, did not get the run in.
To right field and deep. Ludwig on the run. He won't get it. The Reds are going to take the lead. 2 runs will come in as Dontrell Willis helps his own cause with a 2-run double.
I told you how good this guy is. He can flat out hit.
5-3 Cincinnati. 3rd straight hit off Moskos.
Yeah, he didn't even really hit that ball all that well. Kind of a reaching swing. It was away from him. Lined it all the way to the base of the wall, 375 feet away.
That'll do it for Daniel Moskos as Dontrell Willis chases him with a 2-run double. Pitching change at PNC Park. Here comes Chris LaRue.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Levin Furniture, featuring handcrafted Amish furniture. Let's go Bucks!
Great shot from the Clemente Bridge, looking into a great crowd at PNC Park on this final home game in 2011. Fan Appreciation Day, along with Dan Potash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Neverett. Glad you're watching Pirates baseball with us today. There's Danny Corso over there. He's not walking on the pole there, on the railing.
It does look like he's walking right along the railing.
If he was walking on the railing,
a cat,
he'd be the world's greatest acrobatic cameraman. But good cameraman nonetheless. He just doesn't have to walk on the railing.
Looks like a cat walking along.
That was an optical illusion right there.
It was on the catwalk.
And what you see on the scoreboard is not an optical illusion. The Reds have taken a lead, 5-3, 1 out. Brandon Phillips facing Chris LaRue. Dontrell Willis knocked in Mesoraco and Giannis. Yeah, so you see that little walkway right in front.
We're on TV. Let's go.
On TV, that's right.
Isn't it amazing how people's personality changes when you throw a camera in their face? Way to go, Danny. That's what Danny's saying.
It's a big camera too he's running around with. It's a little bit more size to it than the other cameras that I've seen him have.
Breaks out the heavy artillery for the final day of it.
I mentioned that to him earlier. He said he actually likes the big one better. It fits better on his shoulder. A little steadier. That's a load to have to haul around everywhere.
Inside to Phillips, 3-1. Chris LaRue through 20 games, 1-1. Two strikeouts to 5 walks. It's been an impressive part of his game so far. He's coming back off the disabled list with a calf injury. It's Phillips to foul this one away, and the count full 3-2. Chris probably in a much different mindset this year going into spring training, being moved from the Marlins to the Pirates at the end of last season. In fact, he thought at the end of the minor league season with the Marlins down in New Orleans that he was going to be done. And done is Brandon Phillips. Visit the official online shop of the Pirates at pirates.com. You can browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, T-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and much, much more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the pirates.com shop. Dave Sapelt will take ball 1. Sapelt walked in the second inning. 0 for 2 otherwise. Joey Votto on deck. 2 men out. Willis, the runner at second base. Strike call to Sapelt. Gonna have the lemon chill. Still good on a late September afternoon. Tastes just as great on a hot July afternoon as well.
You can tell though that fall is coming. In the evening starts to cool off a little bit. There's already a few leaves starting to show a little yellow. Won't be long. It'll be one of the prettiest times of year you can be in western Pennsylvania. Love the falls.
Sapelt stays alive, fouling that one off.
Growing up my whole life, Southern California, never got to experience what it was like to have fall weather with the trees all different colors. Kind of more of a traditional October, November, Halloween, November, all the pumpkins and stuff, turkeys. It's kind of neat moving out here.
And McHenry throws him out. Strikeout 2-3 to put up. And LaRue comes in, puts out the fire, but damage done. 2 runs in on the double by Dontrell Willis. 5-3 Reds. .24 starts this year, 9-5, 2.31 the earned run average, and he's going to fall just shy of qualification for the ERA title. He's got the second best ERA in the majors, next to Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers. Kershaw 2.27. But Cueto, subject of our AGH Sports Medicine injury update, brought to you by Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Dusty Baker and his team celebrating last year a division title, and this year it's been a different story for Cincinnati. 17 games back to start the day today, 76 and 82. They are rooting in the outfield. Alex Presley looking for his first hit. He struck out twice. Now rips this one past first base coach Luis Silverio. Presley almost got drilled by the Neil Walker foul ball earlier in the ball game in the dugout. Sitting there innocently enough. The ball looked like it split he and Derek Lee over there. Kind of shook him up. Fished it back and out of play. Dontrell Willis shook off the first couple of signs that Mazzaracco threw down there. Dontrell Willis delivers 1-2. Presley in the air to left. Sapelt will find it. And Presley now 0 for 3. Dontrell Willis 0-6 now. That is struggling for him. He's just not been able to get into any kind of a rhythm win-wise, although he has gone deep into games. Things just haven't gone his way. And as you know, Bob, there are times when you can pitch well, but you can't control the outcome.
And that's something that you have to learn That'll get you off your game. You start getting all upset about that stuff. All you can do is your own job. You make quality pitches, you execute those. You field your position, get runners over, that sort of thing when called upon. But after that, wins and losses, that can be out of your hands.
Willis is the first left-hander since 1971 to start his Reds career 0-6. Jim Merritt did that in 71. Merritt would finish 1-11 that year.
Now, he's been around long enough to know how to judge whether he's doing the job pitching well without having to look at the win-loss column.
No Reds pitcher has begun a season 0-7 since right-hander Brian Reith in 2001.
Reading his lips, he said at least twice there, "I'm all right."
Paul Lassard, the trainer. Brian Price, the pitching coach.
He's certainly trying to convince them all that he's
wants
fine.
to stay in.
I think there is something wrong there.
Yeah, you see Mesoraco wave everybody over, say, "Come on over here."
He
Something
quit.
not right.
He quit on that pitch. I thought maybe it was a groin situation the way he quit on it, but then he started flexing his arm. Well, we'll find out right now.
Breaking ball into Harrison. Up in the air to right center. Jerry Bruce, plenty of room. 2 gone for the Pirates in the 6th.
Flexing that arm again while the ball was traveling out there.
Willis missed his last start due to back spasms. That was Sunday in Milwaukee. And that was when Travis Wood came out of the bullpen to make an emergency start. They kept Wood in the rotation. And Wood pitched last night, took the loss. And the Pirates 4-3 win over the Reds. Andrew McCutchen looking for a hit. He's flied out twice. Popped up to the shortstop Giannis in the 1st and flied to center to Heise in the 3rd. Two balls, no strikes to Kutch. Curveball in again.
He hasn't thrown a pitch over 85 miles an hour. You see that the pitch before that was a fastball. It was 85. Everything else is just kind of flipping up there. That's a breaking ball.
Kind of, yeah. Down at 80.
See that? He's going to do that again and again. And he just did it again.
Walks McCutchen.
I mean, he's trying to convince him, but it looks like he's not real anxious to throw any fastballs.
So Brian Price will come back out now the first time because they wanted to check on him medically. It doesn't count as an official trip to the mound, so this will be the first official trip to the mound this inning. And I think Price is seeing some of the same things that we are up here and is asking Dontrell Willis if he is okay and what's going on.
You're not pitching like you're okay. Well, maybe he just wanted to throw a lot of slow stuff up there to McCutchen. The only fastball that I saw him throw, there was another one that might have been a fastball also. It was 84. He's thrown 2 possible fastballs. One was 84, one was 85. So he's certainly not reaching back trying to get a little extra on it. He's not really a hard thrower anymore by any means, but he has been up 88, 89 several times.
Derek Lee represents the tying run. Pirates down 5-3, bottom of the 6th.
Another 85-mile-an-hour fastball.
1 to Derek. We talked about it a number of times, but after Wednesday, we'll see what Derek Lee ends up doing. It might take some time. There's been a suggestion that he might not play anymore, but he has shown that he certainly can. And I think a lot of players up in their careers probably think, well, I got to think about it. It means they probably think they got a little in the tank left and want to continue to play. He goes down on strikes.
It's an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. He still had something. He was just holding it back.
We'll move to inning number 7. 5-3 Reds. Favorite Pirates players. To get your authentic Pirates merchandise, visit pirates.com/authentics today. The jerseys that the players are wearing are going to be handed out after the game. The fans and certain lucky ticket or seat numbers.
Yeah, they've been every couple innings I've noticed they've been giving those seat numbers out up on the scoreboard. Fans will receive those jerseys after the game's over.
Joey Votto takes a strike from Evan Meek.
Kind of a lost season, been hurt an awful lot, just 18 innings of work this year.
Right at McCutcheon. 1 out. Let's take a look at the Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. The Reds this season entering today, first in home runs with 180, second in runs scored, also second in batters hit by pitches. Barrel Automotive, definitely worth the click at barrel.com. Certainly some good pieces to the Cincinnati puzzle, but they couldn't put it all together this year. Broken bat roller to Derek Lee. Toss to Meek for the out. 2 down. Meek blows up the bat of Jay Bruce.
Get that cutter to come right in on the label. Fastball that Meek throws. They snap over a 90-degree angle. The fastball that Meek throws, he just kind of cuts on the side of it a little bit, gets a little bit of a side spin, so the ball will move into the lefty just a couple of inches.
Chris Heisey, the center fielder, takes strike one. It'll be interesting to see how Evan is when he shows up in Florida. Love to see him get that velocity back that he had last year. Just has not been there this year. Up in the upper 90s. National League All-Star a year ago, and a lot of reason was that heavy fastball he threw. This year not as heavy. He's had the shoulder issues.
Pitchers have to evolve their styles. Evan might not throw that hard again. Learn to be efficient, win, and get outs with what he's got.
A base hit by Heisey.
I mean, he can still throw consistently in the low 90s. There's a whole lot of people that are very successful with that same velocity. He's got to learn how to do it. He's got that cutter, got some movement on it.
2-out single for Heisey. Now Meek will face Juan Francisco. Francisco doubled his first time up. He's hit into a fielder's choice and bounced back to the pitcher since. Moskos got him to roll back to him in the 6th. Healthy cut, fouled it back. Keeping an eye on those wild card races. Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 7th, holding on to a 3-run lead over Toronto. Boston trailing the Yankees 6-2 in the 8th. That's game 1 of a doubleheader in the Bronx. It's in the American League. National League, it's getting interesting as well. Francisco swings and misses. 1-1 in the 6th. Chicago at St. Louis. And the Atlanta Braves trail Washington 1-0. Bottom of the 7th. St. Louis can cut it to 1 today with a win and a Braves loss. One and 2 to Francisco. If things go well for Tampa Bay, they actually could pull even with Boston just by winning 1 game. They would need the Yankees to sweep the doubleheader, however. That would even up that wild card situation. Swing and a miss. Francisco goes down on strikes. McHenry dropped it, tags him for a 2nd time. We have reached the 7th inning stretch at PNC Park through 6.5 innings. Cincinnati 5 and the Pirates 3. And on Fan Appreciation Day on this Sunday afternoon, we'll hear a nice rendition on the field. We expect of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand and join the Pirates and Major League Baseball as we remember the lives lost on September 11, 2001, while offering support to our troops overseas. Here to lead us with God Bless America are students from the Charleroi Area School District Choir. They are joined on the field by Staff Sergeant Edward Stormer of the 911th Air Refueling Wing. Sergeant Stormer has been a member of the 911th for 3 years and a member of the United States military for 10 years. Sergeant Stormer has completed 3 tours of duty overseas and recently returned home from a tour in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
You're watching Pirates baseball on Root Sports. We're back with the bottom of the 7th in a moment. Great shots from the AGH cam on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon at PNC Park. Fan Appreciation Day. Pirates trying to give the fans one more thing to appreciate here. See if they come back. 5-3 deficit. Neil Walker takes a strike from new Reds pitcher, right-hander Sam LeCure. Walker without a hit today, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the second. Popped up to Votto at first in the fourth. Finds himself down 0-2.
Pretty good whip. 1-0-3. Kind of surprised that ERA is up, getting close to 4. They're only giving up one base runner per inning.
Walker facing LeCure. LeCure out of Austin, Texas.
Like he should be from Louisiana somewhere.
He's born in Missouri, so he's halfway to Texas, I guess. Walker strikes out. Well, listen up, West Virginia football fans. You can catch Mountaineer games, Coach Dana Holgerson's weekly press conference, insider shows, and more with wild and wonderful sports on Root Sports. Check out rootsports.com for all of the details. Tough night last night for the Mountaineers at Mountaineer Field. As the LSU Tigers came in, took care of a little business. Now it's a bounce back for West Virginia.
LSU still in the SEC?
Yeah, they
never know nowadays.
They don't have any plans of going anywhere. They're pretty good too. A strike on the outside corner to Ludwig. 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 to the Pirates right fielder. High that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like 2 of those pitches were out of the zone, 1 in, but the count doesn't reflect that.
And that last one, he threw that ball up there on purpose. He's trying to get a chase on the fastball.
Strike 3 called.
That would have been off the edge a little bit also. Another look at the strike zone. Oh yeah, that was solidly on the strike zone.
Chase Darno batting. Pitch to the shortstop. Is hit to the right side. Joey Votto there. And the Pirates go quietly in the 7th. Pirates running out of outs this afternoon, trailing 5-3. There's the sabermetric. Start with 50 points, add a point for each out, and 1 additional point per strikeout. 2 points for each inning completed after the 4. Subtract points for walks and 2 points for hits, and you get the idea. The highest possible score in a 9-inning game, 114. Quality start in terms of game score is 50 or more. And today, Dontrell Willis scored a 58 for Cincinnati. And Mahalam, Pirates leader at 85. Morton next at 80. Carson 79. And the major league leaders, Chris Capuano 96. Dexter Verlander and Irvin Santana 94 each. Record for a 9-inning game. Kerry Wood at 105. That was in his 20 strikeout game. 20 strikeouts, that'll get you 105 points. That is game score. That is our metric today on Sabermetric Sunday.
Kind of reflects your fastball there, I think. Harder you throw, the higher your score. Yeah, Daniel McCutcheon's numbers on the season. Have you watched that new baseball movie that's out?
Moneyball?
Yes.
I have not had a chance to see it yet, but plan to.
Not me. Nope.
No?
Don't want to see it. I have no.
Game score is probably going to be in there somewhere.
I thought of saying that. Haven't watched a baseball movie or read a baseball book in a long, long time. Last baseball book I read was Ball 4.
Jim Bob?
Yep, back in, I think when I was in high school.
Mesoraco fouls this pitch off 0-2.
I look at it this way. We live it every day. We watch it. We don't need to read or watch fiction.
Well, Moneyball is a true story.
Like I said.
Oh-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He strikes out. McHenry tags him. And Devin Mesoraco today is 1 for 4. Now, Steve's a really big fan of sabermetrics. We asked him to spell it the other day. I think Steve's more of a see it and believe it kind of guy, you know. Can the guy play or not?
I understand that point of view.
One to Polianish. I think there's just two schools of folks who follow baseball. Those who like the metrics and those who don't.
Well, I think there's more than that.
Can you say old school versus new school?
No, I think there's a lot of gray area. You don't have to be just black or white. In fact, the best way to go about it is to try and mix different tools together for evaluations.
Well, one of the stats that has been used more has been OPS the last few years. On base plus slugging.
Well, it seems like there's a new one every week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't doubled up on any this year, have we?
We have not. Alonso, the pinch hitter, hits one past Darno into left center field. 2-out single for Yonder Alonso.
They called it a base hit. Too hot to handle.
There'll be a pinch runner.
Definitely was hit hard.
Well, Mike Leake, the starting pitcher, comes out to pinch run. That's the second time in this series Dusty Baker's run him out there to pinch run. Got his running socks on today. Brandon Phillips at the plate. Pitch outside. 1-0.
Some teams will run those starters out there to pinch run, and other managers really hate to do that afraid of that injury bug. His starting pitchers are so important to the success of your team that they don't want them out there on the bases. But again, there go back to the different schools of thought. There's some managers that if they have a good athlete that's a starting pitcher, he's just another guy on the bench that they can use for situations like this.
He doesn't have any starts left either, so probably Dusty Moore have to use him, as this one is hit down the left field line, foul. They'll go on to take on the New York Mets at New York. Homer Bailey, Bronson Arroyo, Edinson Volquez are their scheduled starters. Blake didn't pitch in this series, so figures why not get him some exercise. Yeah, there are a lot of things in the game, like, you know, that certain guys will do, other guys won't. You know, in terms of maybe, I don't know, just out of the blue, using a position player to pitch at home. I know you and I have talked about that before. You don't think that's a good idea?
No, I don't think that's kosher.
Just for those who haven't partaken in the argument with you or the conversation with you, why don't you think that's a good idea?
Because you're at home in front of your own fans. And, you know, it's just something that I was always told. As you learn about baseball, it's not something that I have come up with this theory. No, this is one of those things that's in that baseball book that really doesn't exist. It's like making the third out at third base. Something you don't do. I'm not the one that made that up, but something that I was taught.
Phillips gets the free pass. 2 men out, 2 on. Batter is Dave Chappelle. You have seen guys do that. I'm trying to think of some specific examples, but there have been position players that have pitched at home.
And I see guys make the third out at third base all the time.
Had one last night.
See it happen too much.
Renteria threw out Jason Jaramillo last night. A ground ball that Alex Presley got a base hit on. He didn't have a play on Presley, so he threw to third instead.
That really, to me though, that doesn't count though, because that was a very odd play. He was already by the bag and threw behind him. They didn't throw him out trying to get to third base.
He was already there.
Yeah, he was already there. That was kind of like being picked off.
Michael McHenry goes out to talk to Daniel McCutcheon. Well, after this ball game, Pirates will step on a plane and head to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Nissan Road ahead. There's 3 left on Root Sports. Same times to join us. 7:30 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. The Pirates take on the National League Central Division champion Brewers. Go into Miller Park and play well there. You know, that's, I think, sort of the goal for these final 3 games. Pirates like to go in there and get a couple of wins. 3 would be ideal. But it's a place where they have struggled to win. Brewers winning their first divisional title since, what, 1982? I think it is. Chappelle drives one deep to right center field, and McCutcheon on the run makes the catch. Play by Andrew McCutcheon. Pirates come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, leading a pair of runs. Pirates, you can bring your watercraft down to PNC Park and park it. And that is an interesting watercraft that is outside the ballpark today.
Pirate ship. They're flying the Jolly Roger.
Yeah. Well, you can host your next special event at the ballpark. You park your boat and come on in. PNC Park is perfect for corporate events, weddings, bar mitzvahs, and more. They've got a lot of great facilities here. Catering options are available year-round in the Lexus Club, Pittsburgh Baseball Club, or the Hall of Fame Club at PNC Park. For more information, call 1-800-5-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/PNC Park events.
Definitely a pirate ship, don't you think? It's got a shower on the back?
I don't know what that is on the back.
Guys, we're going to need a bigger boat. I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, I would say so.
Thanks, Sheriff Brody.
Brody, very good.
Chris Heise's moved over to left field. And now Drew Stubbs is in center for Cincinnati. And the new pitcher is well, that's a bigger boat. Okay, now we've got a bigger boat.
I asked him to not bring it down today. Why they said once they got it fixed, just go ahead and take it back to the dock and I'll pick it up later.
That's the boat you want to have.
That's the one we want to go to Brighton on.
Yeah, I might go with you instead of taking the planes.
Go down the river and then follow the intercoastal all the way around the Gulf and park that right off the intercoastal there off Anna Maria Island. Sure we could find a berth.
Aroldis Chapman falls behind Michael McHenry 3-0. Hard throwing left-hander. Stick it up high on the radar.
Oh my, look at that. What a difference.
See, the geese know where the food is.
Man, that is a ship there.
You could fit 4 or 5 of those smaller ships on that big ship. Jason Armio getting a chance to pinch hit.
He has been a go-to guy off the bench of late. And he represents the tying run.
Chapman's first pitch to Jaramillo. Up and in. I don't believe we've seen Chapman in this series hit 100 miles an hour. He's been to 99 at least once. You go to Cincinnati and you look at the gun on their scoreboard and he's over 100 almost every pitch.
Just doesn't throw as hard on the road.
That must be the case. Remember earlier this season there was a pitch that registered on the Great American Ballpark scoreboard 106 miles an hour against Andrew McCutchen. What does that possibly look like to a hitter at 106, if indeed it was 106? 2-2 now to JJ.
Couldn't even strike out Kevin Correa that night, so must not have looked like it was all he was throwing that hard. That was the same night, and Kevin hung in for a long at bat. He ended up flying out on all those pitches that were well over 100 miles an hour. Must not play that hard.
Ground ball towards short. Giannis flips on to Phillips for one. He'll take that one.
Giannis slow getting rid of that ball.
Nationals have added a couple on the Braves. Top of the 9th inning. Michael Morse, home run number 29 for Washington today. St. Louis and Chicago even at 2 runs apiece. They're in the 7th.
Washington could be an interesting team to watch next year.
They could be, indeed. They'll get Strasburg back for the whole season.
Year. And if he lives up to expectations, that'll do a huge amount of good for him.
Who knows about the development of their draft choice last year, the top overall choice, Bryce Harper.
That's right.
Who had climbed through the minor leagues and was upset when he was sent out to minor league camp out of spring training. 18 years old now. One ball and one strike. Brian Burris back up. There's the pitch. That's outside. Brian Braun hit his 33rd home run to pull himself even with Ryan Howard of Philadelphia, the leader in the National League. Two of them. Albert Pujols for 37 for the Cardinals, and Matt Kemp of the Dodgers also with 37. Brian Braun tops the National League in batting average at .331. This one will get away, and Jaramillo down to second base.
They picked Votto off.
He'll go.
It was a bad throw, but Votto, it's already started to move off the bag. Watch Votto. He moved off the bag. It didn't really make any difference to the play, but Votto was not expecting that throw. That's something that Chapman did on his own.
Getting back to the numbers Braun's put up, he shows up highly in batting average, home runs, and runs batted in. And you would think a very solid MVP candidate in the National League. But Matt Kemp leads in home runs and runs batted in, and could catch Braun in batting average, just a few points behind him. So Matt Kemp, a legitimate shot at the Triple Crown.
What were you saying last night? Yaz was Yastrzemski?
Carl Yastrzemski in 1967 with Boston, the last guy to pull off the Triple Crown.
A long time. You would think, and that's been so rare now, that if Kemp was able to accomplish that he would garner a huge amount of MVP votes, even though the team didn't win.
I mean, starting the day before the Brewers took the field today, Braun had a .331 average, Kemp at .325. One out, runner at second base. Willis 2-2. That's inside the Presley. Fills it up 3-2, and Willis a pitch away from putting the tying run aboard at the bottom of the eighth.
It's theoretically possible the Dodgers could be below 500 and have the Cy Young Award winner and the MVP on their team.
That's very, very possible. Clayton Kershaw,
that would be quite an accomplishment.
Leading candidate for the Cy Young Award. Ian Kennedy of Arizona is going to get some votes as well. Picked up his 21st win of the season last night. 3-2, slap foul and out of play.
Yeah, there's no little clear-cut winner in either one of those categories, MVP or Cy Young Award winner in the National League. I'm sure you could say that in the American League, though. I think the Cy Young Award's got to go to Mr. Verlander.
They're clearing a space in his trophy case right now for it. May as well give it to him. 3-2, no foul. Steve and Greg had their awards last night on TV. Guys that they like for the certain awards. That'll be presented. And we'll do a little more of that on the road trip.
Well, we got time to think of ours. Do we have to pick different ones than Steve did?
No, they just won't show us Steve. Just pick them blindly.
I haven't. They're burned into my mind, and I haven't memorized.
Oh, do you really? Who were they?
Verlander, Cy Young.
Yeah, but that's going to be unanimous, I think.
Well, still, it's part of my mind. He had the most, what do you call it? Who you're not the surprise team. What's the opposite of the most surprised team?
Most disappointing team.
I'm not a very disappointing person, so I try to always think positive. So I had a hard time coming up with that word. He had that as the White Sox, I believe. Yep, there it is. Just one surprise team, Texas.
Arizona for sure in the National League.
Boy, I was shocked that Texas won again this year, weren't you?
Yeah. Are they the baseball runners-up last year?
I'm not sure. That one there I might have to go a different direction with.
Presley down on strikes again. Third time today. He has gone down on strikes.
Just for conversation, though, I think we should all have to come up with different answers to the same question. King of the Gypsies says no.
He's laying down the rules.
He is the king, so we'll have to follow his edicts.
Well, I'll tell you what. If when we do that, maybe Monday, Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, Tampa Bay could be the surprise team in the American League.
You know what we could do too? We could come up with an honorable mention in each category.
Oh, you mean a backup plan?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, by the way, now a half game behind Boston. Boston lost to New York in the front end of a doubleheader. Tampa Bay winning against Toronto today.
So then you could throw Boston into the most disappointing, biggest disappointment.
Oh, if they fade, yeah.
If they fade.
I mean, fade completely. They have faded. Harrison to right. Going back is Bruce. He'll make the catch, and we're on to the ninth inning. Heading to the top of the ninth on Fan Appreciation Day at PNC Park. Reds 5, Pirates 3. More great work out of the AGH camp today. Great shots around PNC Park. Final home game of 2011. With Dan Potash and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Netler. Top of the ninth inning. They want to come back. Pirates are going to have to do it in the bottom of the inning.
How do they get them to make that much noise?
I'm sure they do that at home too.
No, they don't make any noise at home, you think?
Burning off some energy here at the park. Here's Brian Burris. He will pitch the ninth. Face Joey Votto to start things off. Delivers a strike into him. Votto had a base hit in the first inning. He struck out twice and lined out to center for 4. 0-2. He changed his mind halfway through.
A couple of odd swings today. He hasn't really given it his all.
That one was chased, and Burris strikes out Votto. Votto down on strikes for the 3rd time today.
He's just not into this game today, I don't think.
Bruce takes ball 1 low. Francisco Cordero warming up. Fouled off, and a 1-1 count to Bruce. He's one of the Reds' all-time home run leaders through 4 seasons. Jay Bruce. Frank Robinson, 1956 to 59, hit 134 home runs through 4 seasons. Adam Dunn, 2001 to 2004, hit 118. And Bruce, from 2008 till now, is hit 99. Bruce also one of the youngest Reds players with nearly 100 home runs. Johnny Bench was the youngest at 23 years, 161 days. May 17th, 1971, hit his 100. Back to Jay Bruce. Also Frank Robinson on the 18th of April, 1959, 23 years, 230 days, hit his 100. And Bruce at 99. In the air to right field. And into the shade goes Ludwig. 2 gone. Jay Bruce, 24 years, 175 days old today.
We heard a lot about Jay Bruce coming up through the minor leagues, playing in Cincinnati so often. Talk to the other announcers. They were right. He came up and he was good right away.
1-0 pitch to Chris Heisey. Side 2-0.
I would think that next season they would be looking for more at bats for this guy with his power potential.
Seems like it's been built up over the last 2 years.
You think he's got half the at bats that Bruce has and 17 home runs.
Why not get him at bats?
RBIs, the same thing. Got about half the at bats, half the RBIs. It's not that easy where you just double his playing time and he's going to double his production, but makes you wonder a little bit what he might do with a regular player.
The 3-1 pitch, and Heisey pops it up foul and out of play on the right. Charlie Morton sitting down there on the bench, taking it easy. He will be the starting pitcher tomorrow night against Sean Markham of the Milwaukee Brewers. 10-10 for Charlie for his 11th victory. That'll be tomorrow night from Miller Park. And Heisey draws the 2-out walk. Rotation for the Milwaukee series somewhat unsettled. Tomorrow Charlie will go against Markham. Then Ohlendorf will get his final start of the year against Randy Wolf. Giovanni Gallardo will pitch for Milwaukee in the season finale. And right now the Pirates have not decided. An announcement on who the starter will be is expected after the game today. Hurdle was not ready to tell anybody about it today. He hadn't talked to the players involved yet. by the time he had met with the media this morning, so he wanted to wait until he had a chance to talk to him. Francisco flies out, and the Pirates have their last wraps coming up. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 2 runs. And Andrew McCutchen will lead off, followed by Derek Lee and Neil Walker. Three and 1 the line for the Pirates. All 3 runs coming in the 2nd inning. Great season here, though, at PNC Park. The fans have been amazing. The 4th highest attendance total in 125 years of Pirates baseball. Largest crowd for a home finale at PNC Park. 28,758 today. And the season total over 1.9 million. 1,940,429. Give themselves a round of applause, certainly. We salute the fans for their support this year. Hopefully things get even better next year. How exciting it was when the Pirates were battling and were in first place midsummer. After the game, the Pirates will show a number of fans appreciation. They'll literally give them the game shirts off their backs, although whoever gets chased our nose may want to wash it.
No, they won't. They'll leave it just the way it is.
A lot of mud in the front.
Yeah, I know. It's covered. Why not, though? I mean, that's why you want that game jersey.
Francisco Cordero coming on, looking for a save. He delivers ball 1 to McCutchen.
A low.
You think?
Yeah, just missed.
Cordero, 34 saves, and continues to climb up the saves list, delivering ball 2 low. Cordero 13th on the all-time list, 324 saves, but he is the all-time leader from the Dominican Republic. 3-0. Number 3 on the Reds all-time saves list, 147. And a strike is called. He sits behind John Franco, who he could catch today at 148 for 2nd on the list. Danny Graves, 182, the Reds all-time saves leader. 3-1, fouled off and the count full. McCutchen without a hit today, 0 for 2. He walked last time up. Pirates need a base runner.
They get 1 man aboard to get that tying run. There it is.
McCutchen takes his 2nd walk this afternoon. Nobody out, man at first, and here's Derek Lee at the plate to face Francisco Cordero.
Jolly Roger ready. Hopefully on the final day we'll be raising it high.
Derek Lee 1 for 9 career against Cordero, and that one was a home run. They want a yard when this is ready. See what Lee can do. 1 pitch.
See if he can go yard.
What was your favorite home moment of 2011? You can vote at 412-412. Standard text rates apply.
McHenry, not surprising, out to a big lead. We might have a memorable finish right here.
Jones' walk-off against the Cardinals dropped off some. That was the early leader. And the series win against the Red Sox is up there. Derek Lee 2 home runs in his debut against his former team, the Cubs. They're behind right now. Lee hits it up in the air to right field. And this one is going to go.
Looks like he's taking a shot for that short porch to right field.
Sure.
He's been able to work over those bleachers a few times in his short career as a Pirate. I think he's going that way now. He's got power to hit one out anywhere. I think that's about the way I would go there. In the top 3. Series win versus the Red Sox.
Lee goes down on strikes. Cordero got him with 1 down in the zone. Well, the moment right now, that's the leader in the clubhouse. Take you back to July 8th. Carlos Marmo pitching, and Michael McHenry's first major league home run. Go-ahead homer in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates are going to win that game.
Michael, when he first came up, you remember, was really struggling with the bat, and that got him going a little bit. He came on. Got his batting average at one point, I think, up about 250. Kind of tailed off here in the month of September. That home run meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to everybody in the dugout. That was one of the better celebrations that I've seen here in this park by the players.
1-1 to Walker.
He goes about his business in the right way. He plays very hard. High energy guy. Somebody that his teammates really pull for. And to see him hit that walk-off home run for his first major league long ball, it's a special moment.
McCutchen takes off and Walker fouls it away. Eric Jones will swing in the on-deck circle. Expect him to hit next as a pinch hitter. I remember that walk-off he hit against the Cardinals. That one went in the river. That was a splashdown ball. I thought they'd get more votes. It started out, pretty well in the voting, but I thought it would sustain. Not that I have anything against Michael McHenry's home run. I'm just thinking that the Jones home run might have happened.
It's in second place. Out of 5 or 6 things there.
Down to second base goes McCutchen.
McCutchen's run really pretty meaningless at this point. They're not going to worry about that. Tying run is at the plate in the 9th inning.
Two-ball, 2-strike count to Walker. He's faced Cordero twice in his career, has hits off of him both times.
Might even be an advantage in one way for the Cubs. Now they don't have to hold the runner on. Votto way back on the edge of the grass with a left-hand hitter up there. And we'll have a lot more range that way, playing deep as he is. And Walker is the guy they're worried about.
One out, McCutchen at second. Cordero hanging that right arm down by his side. Too long. And the catcher Evan Mesoraco goes out to talk with him. This is the Garrett Jones home run, August 16th, in the 11th inning, off of Arthur Rhodes, a guy that had cut him up pretty well in his career. One bounce, splashdown, game winner. They had a great celebration, not only on the field, but all the way to the clubhouse for Garrett Jones. More shaving cream. Count now full to Neil Walker.
You know what I liked about that, the replay of the Jones home run, the reaction of Arthur Rhodes was pretty priceless.
3-2 to Walker. The payoff pitch coming from Cordero. This one to right field and deep. It will go off the wall. McCutcheon will come around to score. Walker hustling for second, safe. It's a one-run game, and Walker now represents the tying run at second.
Jolly Rogers ready. Get him ready. Knee high. He has been so good this year at hitting the low ball.
Walker is 3 for 3 off Cordero in his career.
Well, he had to hustle to get 2 out of that, even though it was off the wall. It was very far out there, and it was well played. Bruce got the rebound perfectly.
The pitch to Garrett Jones. That's a go for a strike.
Oh, Jones, you go ahead and end it here.
This one fouled off last season in April. We go back to that. Garrett Jones gets a walk-off base hit. Pirates win here. Cedeno comes around to score, and Cordero served that one up to Jones. And Jones with a chance against Cordero here in this ballgame with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. An 0-2 pitch coming. And he struck him out.
Got him upstairs. The location, everything, all 3 pitches up above the belt.
Cordero will now face Pedro Alvarez. Alvarez will come out and hit for Chase Darno. Pedro certainly has the power. He needs the pitch to hit. Walker is the tying run at second base. And Pedro swings and misses. It's 0-1. Bucks down to their final out at home in 2011. To Alvarez. Still hitting 192. 4 homers. 16 runs batted in. Takes ball 1.
I would imagine try to do the same thing to Alvarez that they did with Jones. Get the ball elevated. See if he'll really chase something up above the belt.
2-1.
That's not close.
Alvarez getting ahead in the count.
Yeah, you get more into a hitter's count. The more selective you can be. The problem that Jones had, he got behind right away and couldn't be selective. Ended up chasing that pitch up and out of the zone. Pitch good shape. That looked like it was a ball down the way. Pedro not quite as selective as he needed to be on that one. But they're trying to get Pedro, as we've talked about all year, to be aggressive, especially in these situations, and go after that baseball.
The 2-2. Up in the air to left field, and this is going to do it. Heisey drifts back, makes the catch, and the Reds salvage a game in this 3-game series. Pirates win the series 2-1. They can't come back all the way here on Fan Appreciation Day as the 2011 home portion of the season comes to a conclusion. 3 more to play on the road against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's time for the Pirate players to literally give the shirts off their backs to some lucky fans here today. 5-4 the final score. Pirates at the tying run in scoring position.
The Pirates have been doing this now for a while. I think it's a neat tradition that they've come up with at the end of the season.
What they'll do during the game is they'll put seat numbers up on the board with the players delivering the message themselves with the lucky seat numbers.